Like it's barely 9 o'clock today. Tonight. Here I see what everybody's up to. Some nice storms passing through Iowa tonight, so I'm in the doghouse, so nothing better to come out here working on some fur or some traps. Heck, season's gonna be here 2 months now, just over. It's crazy how fast it sneaks up on us. Midwestern, Jason, how we doing, fellas? Just got a lot of, well, that light's bright, but dyed a lot of the 1.5s tonight, so. Good, Jason. Chad, how we doing? Bearded, what's up, my man? Just getting these suckers all ready to roll. Don, how we doing, sir? It's a terribly hot day. Yesterday was worse. I actually dyed about 250 traps yesterday, and it was miserable. Miserable. Blakely's, how we doing? Michael, how we doing, boss? Ty, all about the squirrels, all about the squirrels. 406, how we doing, bud? Jeff Hale, how we doing, sir? I will see you next week, I believe. Love it. So this is something I kind of do. I don't know if anybody else does this, but after I dye my gear, I will go through and break everything loose and set them again just to make sure. Justin, I'm not sure, buddy. Hot and stuff, what's up? Chad, yeah, I got big plans this year, so. Midwestern, yeah, I get it. I get it. PA's in here, how we doing? Yeah, the Iowa heat, it was miserable. I think we were at like 109 heat index yesterday, so. She was a rough one. Oh yeah, Jacob, very much so. Very much so. Mr. Jeff, I love that, Bearded. I love how you always call Mr. by the first name. That's just cool to me. I don't know why. Blakely's, yeah, it's going to cool off. I think starting Friday here, but not enough. James, you're on break. How we doing? PA, yeah, I just seen a Facebook ad for the New York convention coming up. Well, that one wasn't quite dry. Bearded, I don't know what you're talking about. Bearded, don't go letting cats out of bags here. Yeah, I get it, Blakely's. I get it. No, but I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot by going through. I always go through and reset these afterwards. I've got a pile here of things that need to be modified or changed on them that aren't ready to roll. So and they were good before dying, because some of these are new to me. So I'd go through, tag them, check pan tensions and everything. I never really physically weigh that, like, you know, I don't take that little meter and check the pan tension. But for me, I want it to be able to go down. When I touch it, it has a little bit of creep, and then it snaps. To me, that is perfect. My opinion, everybody does it different. Everybody's going to do it different. So, no, Midwestern. So, I've let a little bit go, but I'm not sure it's going to happen yet. But if it does, man, let's just say I'm doing more homework than ever this year on a few projects. So, we will have to see. Pest Hunter, how we doing, buddy? No, Ty, I ain't putting my hand in one. I did catch myself the other day, though. I think I might have said this in my live last time out here. I'm not sure. I had a box here. I sat down. I was pulling traps out of it. And I had just to that point where, you know, you push down on the levers. And I was getting ready to set it. And a spider ran out from underneath that box. And before I set it, I pulled my hands up. Caught both thumbs in that sucker. And oh, that's smarter. That definitely caught me off guard. All right, where I want it. Beauty. She's a beaut, Clark. She's a beaut. Oh yeah, 406. That, man, I don't do spiders. That's one thing I don't do. Man, that caught up to me though. And another thing too, you guys probably can't see it, but I don't die. The die line stops right here. You guys can't see that at all. That light's too bright. There, maybe you kind of can a little bit. That line stops right at my tags. I never dye the bottom half that has my tags on it. That way it doesn't gunk them up with dye. They might get dirty or something else and gunk them up, but I always leave my tags out of the dye. It's going to take forever to get this chain rusty enough to, you know, to break down. So, just something that I do. I'm weird. I actually almost prefer my pan level or even slightly higher. I have no problem having a pan that sits up like that. If you guys can see that, that doesn't bother me at all because it's so pressure sensitive. Ah, James, nice. All right, Chad. Now these are all Duke bearded. I do have quite the assortment in here though. So. Heck, I even got some number 2s going into this pile. That'll work good for coon. Blakely's? Oh yeah, man. I'm scared to death of spiders. I hate it. If I see them, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. Am I ever gonna be that one that has a tarantula crawling around them? No. But if I'm sitting here and all of a sudden one's on my shoulder, yeah, I will beat myself to death trying to kill that thing. I've literally given myself black eyes at work when a spider came down and landed on me. So, Mark, how we doing, buddy? I'm just going through checking everything out. Oh yeah, I'm weird. Yeah, 100%. Everybody has their own little quirks, right? We all do something different or have our own methods. I definitely do. Ooh, that was close. I really like that Formula One. You guys can't really tell it, but really it coastal springs well, and for me that's the big picture. I don't care what the strap looks like as long as the springs are preserved. Yeah, PA. And I'm not going to reenact it because it hurt. It hurt too much. Maximus, how we doing? Oh, Blakely's. Yeah, there's a good handful. 10 or 12. Generally, just depends. Yeah, I mean, last year, well, actually at the NTA, they caught a freaking pocket gopher with the number 1, and they're running around showing everybody. But yeah, there's a handful. You know, generally parents keep an eye on them, and they start heading to bed. You know, probably around 10. But yeah, there's kids around, and that's what's cool about the Iowa convention. Like everybody keeps an eye on everybody's kid. You know, it's one of the safest places you could just let your kid go. You know, they go ride bikes on their own, and you might not see them for 3 or 4 hours, but you know, this world's got a lot of issues right now. But at a trapping convention, it is not one of them. No, I'm not that person, so I have no reason to. Not on purpose, anyway. I catch myself enough on accident. I'm actually starting to get calluses on the side of my hands and blisters and everything else. Glad I'm doing this, though. I'm finding a few that will not work that we're going to have to go through and do some more work to. So we finally got some water this year, which is awesome. Next Gen's been helping me out, trying to establish a really good water line, because I am not a water trapper, but this year, in the first year of, like, probably since I've had Iowa Trapper, this is the first year we've had real water, so we might have to figure something out. Oh yeah, Blakely's, yeah, they'll be fine, bud. Yeah, and that's the thing, there's gonna be, I mean, they've got a potluck Friday night at the ITA. They've got, I mean, they're, each night you're gonna have probably 10 different places with gatherings of people. There's just so much going on. Yeah, Midwestern, it's that time, buddy. Get a honeydew. Nah, you have 5 minutes. And not judging you, I think that's plenty of time, buddy. You felt like you were an Ion at the NCAA. Yeah, Mark got firsthand experience with it. I mean, I'm probably biased because it's my group, or I'm part of the group. Not my group, but I'm part of it. But I feel like the Iowa Association, we are just so welcoming to anybody that shows up and wants to have fun with us. It is such a good time, you know. Mark, you got to see that firsthand, you know, from Illinois. You showed up, and I mean, everybody treated you like they've known you for years. So it's awesome. I love it. Blakely's, I'll be there Wednesday night. Me and 2 or 3 others are setting up hopefully a really awesome demo area. We're starting that Wednesday. I'll be there Thursday as soon as I get off work, and then I'm there for the weekend. Hopefully I get out at 9 or 10 and be there by 1-ish, but we'll just have to wait and see. Really, 406? That's crazy. No, I mean, Mark can attest to this. I mean, we are, or Jeff. Jeff's in here. I think Jeff would tell you the same thing. You know, our group is probably the most welcoming, friendliest group that there is when it comes to the trapping community. It's so hard to beat them. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. If you want to have a couple cold drinks and sit around a fire and do some karaoke and have fun, you're welcome to. So, oh man, that's too bad, buddy. Hey, how we doing, buddy? Right, Blakely's. I don't blame you, bud. Justin, I'll be at the Nebraska. That's the 27th and 8th, I believe, of September. I will be there. Okay, 406. I got it. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, Illinois is close. It seems like everything, which you probably run into this a lot too, Blakely's, everything kind of in the Midwest is all around like 6 weeks. So you've probably got, well, actually, even in the East too, especially the Northeast, you probably got 20 conventions that all fall in 6 weeks. You know, it's kind of tough. Jeff, yeah. We eat good, man. We eat good at these things. If you go away hungry, that's your own fault. Maximus, I'm not planning on it. I mean, if it happens, I sure would, but we don't have anything in the works, so. Yeah, absolutely, Justin. I'll be there probably Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and go from there. Yeah, I bet, Blakely's. That's what's tough, man. It's a lot of stress, man. It'll wear on a guy. It'll wear on a guy. No, Arkansas, how we doing, buddy? No, everything is now dyed. I'm gonna try to spin you around here. Everything's now dyed. I'm just going through and checking everything out to make sure it's fully ready to go again. I've done this for years now. Where after I dye them, I still go through. The pan wants to stick once again. Break that so it's pretty much a free floating pan, and I always go ahead and set them and snap them off. Just because I want to make sure everything is working. Last thing you want to do, if you're chasing numbers and running hard, is go to set a trap and you have to mess with it or change the pan tension or you find something wrong with it while you're on the line. I would rather spend 2 hours going through and resetting every one of these traps now than spend 5 minutes on opening day trying to mess with one, if that makes sense. Now is when I have my free time, which is not a lot, but definitely more than I do on opening day, that's for sure. Exactly, Arkansas. Exactly. Just use a little tie wire when I dip them 6 at a time in a 5-gallon bucket. And see, like this right here, these are all free-falling pans before I dyed them. They all were free-falling. Now I have to see how thick that is now. You got to work that pan a little bit, and even then it's not free-falling, but it is greased up from dye, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's basically free-falling. You can see it. It goes down on its own or wants to, so. I could go through and open them again, but now that you don't have that steel and rust friction, now everything's got a coating on it and they go really, really good. Midwestern, we're already getting cuts and calluses and blisters and everything else. No, PA, I'm not planning on running any 11s. I go with 1.5s, man. They're quicker, speedy, and that's what I need. I know a lot of guys like them. I'm not a fan of them. I don't think they can do much more than anything else really than a coil spring can. They do work and they hold, but not for me. Hey Gavin, how we doing, bud? These are actually all double jaws. I really like them. Those are nice. Yeah, PA, if I was doing a pocket set or something, I wouldn't mind doing them. But my first choice is always going to be a 1.5 coil spring. I don't think you can, me personally, don't think you can beat that for an all-around trap. And especially, like I said, when it comes for speed for me, I mean, these 1.5s we can set pretty dang quick. Critter Getter, how we doing? Midwestern, I still got them in a tote, and they will be dyed after I get all my dog proofs and 220 sorted out. Oh, Ace, yeah. No, that'll actually be in front of us this direction. Normally I'm at that bench right behind me. Can't see it much, but that's normally where I do these. But uh, we moved over here for when I was modifying all these traps. I kind of made a station on our work table, which is actually our old kitchen table, because I did not want to stand up for hours trying to mess with these. Mark, right. That was cool. All right, 406. You take care, bud. It's good to have everything functioning well. Once I get done with them today, these will not be seen until we're setting them. So. Nothing wrong with raccoon early season. Hey, Quentin, how we doing, bud? Trevor Bixton, how we doing, bud? We are going through and checking and modifying a bunch of 1.5s for raccoon trapping. You know, that's funny. We talk about, early season raccoons. I have so many people tell me, and this is a big thing. Everyone says, wait till Thanksgiving. You got to wait till Thanksgiving to catch raccoons. That's when the fur is prime, right? We got to wait till Thanksgiving. That's the big thing. We've been taught that for 100 years now. We gotta wait, gotta wait, gotta wait. And I call BS, especially this time of year, or this era of trapping. If a early coon, as they call it, so let me back up. My coon on opening day, a 3X and up, are good. Mills, how we doing? 3X and up are a solid 7 or an 8 out of 10. They are great. They're good, I should say. Really good. Not great, but good. Your 2X and down, yeah, they're hurting a little bit. They're pretty blue. I don't think I've ever caught a 3XL coon or bigger that's blue on opening day unless it's a female that had a litter late. That's it. So our 3XL and up are good, which are the ones you want anyway. But going forward, so say you averaged $6 on the first week early coon. If you wait, you might hit $7, right? Okay, a dollar increase. That's great. But if you wait, you also have the risk of freeze up, snow. So if I can go out and catch 500 coon at 6, what's better, 500 coon at 6 or 100 coon at 7? It's no brainer in my eyes. The earlier you get out there, which the fur is less prime, but your numbers are drastically bigger. If I had to guess, on average, your bigger trappers that catch bigger numbers of raccoons here in Iowa, I would say probably 40% of their coon, this is just a guess, 40% were probably caught. It's like deer. They're moving to feed every single night. They're hungry. They're pushing. They want food. They're fattening up. Yeah, you can wait for that to be perfect, but at that point, Mother Nature's going to kick in. We could be froze up. You could have ice, snow, everything, and then you're just SOL. Yeah, Matt, absolutely. The bigger raccoons always prime first. They really do. I don't know why that is, but it just happens. Possibility of cooler winter. Mills, I firmly believe we are going to have an early winter, especially this year. Everything's lining up, man. We're getting precipitation like we have not got in years. We've been in a drought realistically here in central Iowa for 4 years, 3 or 4 years. We've had some very mild winters, but this year we're getting more precipitation. It feels like more of the realm of the weather when I was growing up, which were some pretty nasty winters. So in my opinion, just a guess, but I would say along the interstate, right across Iowa, that we will be froze up before December 1st this year. I was muskrat trapping out of a boat on Christmas 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Just my opinion. Blakely's, I am solely public ground road ditches. The only private property I have, I do trap one private property. I did that for the muskrats and a few other things, but that's it. I believe it, Trevor. I believe it. Yeah, quitting exactly. I'm saying it's about a 4-year drought that we've been having. Mills, it's going to struggle, especially if I do leave the state for the first week. I've got some plans lined up. I don't know if it's going to work yet. There's a lot that has to go into it. Mama Bear has to learn to be okay with me being gone for 10 days. I don't know if it'll happen or not. If it does, I'm going to guess at best I'm going to have 2 weeks of raccoon trapping. At best. Typically, these last few years, we've been able to go well through deer season. First season shotgun here is, that first Saturday in December. We've been able to go well past that for no icing conditions, no snow. It's been really easy. I don't think this is going to be the case. I think we're going to get pretty ugly pretty fast. And that means I'm going to have to shoot for my 1,000 raccoons in 2 weeks. Not impossible, but depends on how this first week, if I do my trip, if it kills me or not. Something I've never done before, so we'll see. Ruger's in here. How we doing, buddy? Right, yeah, PA for a 5X. Yeah, I believe it. Ow, buddy, that hurts. Quit digging your claws in my leg. Jeff, I hope not, man, because that's the thing. Once we get snow here in Iowa, if it's not rut, I'm not trapping raccoons. I'm better off spending my free time in the fur shed finishing fur, because it's not there. If the coons aren't rutting, they're not breeding, and you get real snow. I'm not talking a scuff or an inch. If you get 2+ inches of snow, those raccoons are done. They're not moving till it melts or warms up, or they're till they're rutting. No, PA, I'm gonna have to work it out on myself. How'd that go, Ruger? Hope everything went all right. I'll bet Mama's a little worked up. What do you want, buddy? Better not jump up here at the wrong time. Oh, good, Ruger. I was waiting for, I need a new truck. That's good. Right, Jeff. We don't have the cast that you guys do down there, but I am planning a late season cat coyote line. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully I'm going to take my buddy and catch his very first bobcat ever. So. James, I am just perfect at nailing this opportunity in time for you then. See, I actually called James's boss, and I'm like, so when does he go to work? And I'll do a live. So I got those new traps. I mean, this is just one handful of old trap tags we've pulled off. I'm going to have to actually recycle copper. There's enough there, it might be worth some money. Otter, how are you doing, buddy? Hopefully all is well for you. Never fails. You probably can't see it. But this thing will gunk up a little bit on the dog sometimes. Depends on what dip you're using. It doesn't hurt to clean that off if you get a little ball up there. But I really like setting all these afterwards because, I mean, we've done, I don't know, probably 150, but I found probably 10 that need some more work after I dyed them. Ruger. That's terrible. There you go. There you go, James. I don't blame you, Mark. I don't blame you a bit, bud. You know, and that's the thing. Everybody's got to do what they want to do. I don't think so. No. No, I think we're good. I don't know. I don't do that stuff on my phone real well, so. PA, yeah, I'll do a lot of blind sets. We're going to run a lot of drowners. I'm actually working with Next Gen. He's going to help me out with some water trapping tips and techniques. That should help me out a lot because I don't do a lot of water. I started with water, but I very quickly modified myself to dry land trapping probably in 2008. No. Yeah, probably 8, 9. About time as soon as I graduated and moved out, I tried water trapping for like another year and then started getting into the dog proofs and modifying, and yeah. So we'll do some blind sets, but a lot of drowners, which could be, blind sets as well. But we're going to be using a lot of baited sets. Have a buddy picking up about 150 pounds of carp for me here, and I think it's Friday or Monday. I'm not sure. So, but at the same time, the house I'm getting ready to roof, they just closed, or they will close this Friday too. So I got a pretty big roofing gig coming up right after convention. That has to be done before October. So a lot going on. Oh, Mark. No, I appreciate it, buddy. You didn't have to do that, buddy. You didn't have to do that. Man, I'm way behind in the chat. I literally looked over in the corner. I'm like, $10. I appreciate it, boss. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, I'm going to shoot for 1,000 Blakely's. Originally, I really want to hit 1,500 raccoon, but if I'm doing this trip in an early freeze up, I think 1,000 would be more than a success. Jeff, I'm going to be doing some of them too. Ottercat, I would almost guarantee, knock on wood, that we will this year, just for you. Yeah, Ruger, I get that. I died about 250 traps yesterday, so it was terrible. Starting a storm there. Mac, I appreciate it. How we doing? I appreciate that. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Am I that far behind in the chat? Boy, there's some weird stuff popping up on my side. Blakely's, trust me, we better be hitting 4 digits with what I have planned. We'll just say that. Thank you, Mac. I appreciate it. Yeah, Otter, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I struggle with water because we don't have it, and I move so much with my dry land that I don't really have a good opportunity. I should just some of these creeks I have that do hold water, I should just sit there all year, but I just don't want to. I want to move on to fresh ground. Mac, I truly appreciate that, man, and that's great to hear. Uh, we started this channel. This is our 5th season now. That blows me away. We've been doing this for 5 years. Uh, but it's crazy how far it's come and the reach that it has. We've had the privilege of really helping out a lot of people get going or pushing themselves, and it's awesome. It makes it all worth it, Yes, Ace, there's escaped water buffalo. My wife told me that. Yep, it was injured. She told me that too, but I'll tell you what, I don't think a 9mm is going to do a whole lot to a water buffalo. Just my opinion. Yep, Jeff. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Ooh, I should have checked that pan first. That pan's going to be tight. Yeah, looks good, Dan. I like it. Nice, Quentin. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Yeah, this one's going to be a little too tight. We're going to have to loosen this one again. Or just break it loose. Anybody else play with their pan? And we're done. Story of my life. Oh yeah. Much better. Much better. Mills, how you been doing, bud? I seen you had some stuff going on there a while ago. Hope everything's better for you, boss. Huh. That one slipped through. Somewhere along the lines, I lost the pan. Good, Mills. Good. Been a year now. Yeah, I didn't even know that until I saw your Facebook deal. Wonder how I keep losing pans. So when I got these traps, I had a bunch of double jaws I picked up. There you go. Now you can see them. I picked up a bunch of them, and 8 of them were missing the pan. And in the bottom of the bucket was a lot of pans and sheared off bolts, which I don't think I have them now. But it just sheared it off right behind the head of the screw. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, Mills. Yeah, Mark, that might be a bit of a challenge, but I can engineer something. We'll make it work. Teddy, how we doing, bud? No, Dan, they're shearing off the bolt, so that's what's weird. Yeah, Eric, convention is just over a week out. I will be there a week from tomorrow, so. No, Quentin, I don't do the teal season. I didn't even realize it was teal season until the guy I normally duck hunting with got a hold of me. Yeah, Blakely's. They're the brass. They're the rougher ones. Yeah, they definitely need some work, but I got that coming. I put an order in with Funkies to bring it right to the convention. If anybody has anything, they're going to the Iowa Convention and they want to save on some shipping, you can get a hold of Funky Trap Tags. Alan's going to be there. He'll gladly get an order for you and bring it there to save you some shipping. Oh, yeah. Dove does start. I forgot about that. Yeah, Ruger. And I don't get too serious with my footholds because I don't use them a lot, I really don't. Jeff, September 1st, well, no, the 2nd, I believe, is teal season. But yeah, rabbit and, I think rabbit. No, squirrel and dove is September 1st, I believe. Do not quote me on that either. Gotta grab some more traps to mess with. Grab another 2 dozen. Oh yeah, yeah, he makes good stuff. Oh, Bearded, you're talking trapping? November 2nd. It's always the first Saturday in November. Yeah, they're vicious little booger, Ruger. Mills, you don't have to do that, buddy. I appreciate it, though. No, we're all good, man. I just love sitting here talking and chatting with everybody. There you go. Quentin's got it all down. He's got it memorized. Jeff, that is... So the convention starts the 6th. Friday to the 6th. So 8 days from today, I believe. I will be there Wednesday the 4th. We're really going to set up a really good demo area this year. We're going to have running water, hopefully, and a few other things. Should be a really good demo area. I'm helping with that. And I work Thursday, so I'll leave from there, go to work at least part of the day on Thursday. And then when I get off work Thursday, I'm going to be there the rest of the convention. So. Jeff, yeah, I get it, man. You're going to a lot of stuff. You're going to a lot of stuff. This one's another one. Yep. Whoo, you saw that. I didn't like the way that one was setting, so we're going to put a new pan on that because that night latch is not where it needs to be. That's I know that's some of my older 1.5s that I got probably 20 years ago because I night latched them all. And I didn't know what I was doing, and over time that sharp, clean edge rounded, which you probably can't tell if I get out of the way. Nope, still not going to be able to tell. It rounded, so we're going to have to put new pans on all them. Ruger, you know what? First stage is admitting it, so that's all good. That's all good. All right, Mills. I get it, buddy. You take care, sir. Thanks for stopping in, man, and glad to hear you're doing all right, buddy. Yeah, Ace has the seasons up there. That shows you pretty much everything that there is. So. Take care, buddy. Man, I even had some really short chains back in the day. We're putting out all the stops. Every 1.5 I got. Here's the night latched one. We'll see if it actually works. This one's from... Nope. As soon as I moved it, it went all the way up. So we're going to have to work on that one too. PA, I mean, I've held them in Duke 1.5s before. So it's just... There's no what will and what won't, I guess. People get lucky a lot, which is what I did because 1.5's not really made for it. Kendall's traps are probably the best when it comes to foothold traps that there is, as far as buying them out of the gate. You won't find much better. No, Quentin, I have no need for them. Right, Blakeless. Whoa. Ah, yeah. I get it, Bearded, but I mean, for me, you know, I just don't. I need something compact and speedy, and I'm not a fan of the 11s. Uh, I know a lot of people love them, and that's great. I'm glad it works for them, but not for me. Not speed and efficient enough, in my opinion. You have two big long springs sticking out, and for what, especially for what I'm about to do, I don't need that. So, but you know what? That's what makes the world go around, man. We're all different people. We all have different likes, and I'll argue Chevys are the best of the day I die. And as soon as I made that comment, we're gonna have 50 people saying I'm wrong, and that's what makes the world go around, and that's okay. Here's another one I'm not gonna like. Yep, going off. That night latching I did, I am not a fan of. Ain't gonna take much. Yeah. Too sensitive. Yeah, Blakely's. I got some Bridger 1.5s too. I like them a lot. Actually, they're right here. The Bridger 1.5s. They work really good too. They actually come with a night latch. You guys probably can't tell that, but I will go ahead and set that for you. I do like that because you can hear it click it, which maybe you'll hear it. There. I hope you guys heard it. The only thing is I don't like it is, honestly, I don't like a pan that's that recessed. I'd much rather have it up and have a little creep down. That creep down is alright, and they're going to work great. I'm not complaining at all, but I want to be able to put a pan high if I want it. Hey, Skipjack, I appreciate it. Right, PA, right. I can see what you're saying, Bearded. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, see, and that's if I'm doing blind sets, it's solely going to be in the water. Because if I'm doing a set anywhere than in the water, if it's not a snare for coyotes, I'm setting a dog proof because that's what I'm after. If I'm on a raccoon trail, I have no reason personally to try to get one of these bedded in there or blended in or whatever else. I can stick a dog proof in literally 15 seconds and set it versus try to set one of these in 3 or 4 minutes. I just, the dog proof is where it's at. Unless you had a reason, if you had it's a known fox trail or a coyote trail. But in my area, it's coyotes. That's what we have. And that's what's all around. So, see, I have no problem leaving a pan like that. That doesn't bother me at all. Because it's got enough creep that the weight's coming down and it's going to connect. It's kind of they step on it and then they got the pressure on it. Right, Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. The Trapping Bros. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do this year. That's going to be fun to watch them boys. I really hope now that they got their own wheels of their own, hopefully they're going to go out there and catch their 100 coon. I against mom and dad's probably judgment, I pushed them to keep going for 100. They fell a little short last year and they wanted to lower their goal, and I said, no, man, a goal, if it's you're going for a goal, it needs to be something that you don't think is easily reachable. And that's my opinion. I'll always stick to that. I haven't bearded except maybe crossing the creek. You might have something like that, but that's it. There you go, Pest Hunter. Arkansas. Also, what we talked about, my boy is on it, and he thinks that that first idea, at least the first one that's available, he can do and engineer it pretty easily based off of what we have to work with already. So that might be huge. That might be huge. I brought it to extension, like, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm like, oh, okay. That blows me out of the water. So, he might not have a whole lot to do with the outdoor stuff like I do, but that kid is so smart that people like me end up working for him one day. Yeah, see, it's another one I don't like. It's supposed to go to a night latch, and it did, barely, but it's too sensitive. Any wave or ripple is going to set that off. "16-inch rat." Wow. The rat trap didn't work. We got a few mice in the shop now that have kind of just become my friends, so I hate to kick them out of here. PA, so what I'm doing is I'm getting from Funky's at convention, I think I got 30 new pans. I'm just putting new pans on them. I know this won't show up in the camera probably at all. Maybe not. But right here, it's rounded. It like comes up, just because that's from. Well, I don't know if I can do that or not. Yeah, it's so arched up that it just slips off after I dyed it. So I'll put new pans and new bolts in them. We should be ready to roll. Nice, Ruger. Arkansas, you got everything figured out then? Dan, I'm gonna have yeah, a tube trap, or you can even make a little box trap for them too. Man, this one's the same way. Yep, gonna go off. Yep, there it went. Yeah. So we got a good handful that's gonna need a new pan and new bolts in them. But like I said, that's why I'm glad I tested them now. That way I know when it comes time to, I'd hate to have this problem when I'm out there trying to set these footholds on opening day going like crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, good, Arkansas. Good deal. Mike, how we doing? Mark's taking off? Guess I didn't even see that. All right, Mark. Yeah, you take care, buddy. Hopefully I'll be seeing you this year. But see, I have no problem with that. That bothers a lot of people. To have it kind of sitting up, if I can get the right angle. I have no problem with that. You know, it's got just a little bit of creep before it goes off. I'm fine with that because there's very little pressure on it. It just has a little creep. No, PA, these are just, it's slick. So you got the pan notch, and then you got the dog, and it just slides up. So that's kind of where I'm at with them. Yeah, Dan, I could see that. Yeah, James. How many times do you think it goes off after you're out of distance, you know? Because I've walked up on traps, snapped off. We all have. You've been doing it long enough. You're going to walk up on snap traps. But how many times did it happen like 10 minutes after you left? You know what I mean? And then you come up next day thinking you missed something, and it's like, no, I made a mistake or I did something wrong. And that happens, you know? That's all part of the game. Like, that one's a little recessed. And I don't really care for that. So actually what I'll do is I will push it all the way up. That's going to be kind of hard to show. I'll push it all the way up and try to push that dog out. And now it'll almost want to fire, yeah, about like I wanted it. Because you got to remember that dog has some play. Boy, that's hard to show. It's got some gap. It can move back and forth a little bit. So like right now, we've got it to where it's about ready to fire right now, which is sitting up high. And we'll see where it fires at. Okay, so now we'll set that again and we'll move the dog the other way. So you can always lift that pan up and push that dog out. Now it's moved all the way in, and this is about level right now. And this is going to go way low before it snaps off. If I can get it right here. Other way. Hell, it won't even snap off. So, there, I'll lift it up again and push it back, and let's see where it snaps off now. So, don't be afraid to move that dog around. Push it either out or take a pair of pliers, bump it in. You can control a lot the position of that dog where it fires. Either my phone froze or the chat got quiet. And it could be either. Yeah, Ruger, exactly. And that's, yeah, I agree. And here's another one. You probably can't see it. But that is rounded up. And it's impossible to set. I mean, it literally, I don't have to move the pan at all. And it pretty much comes out. So, nope, I try to make these all the same, but that's why I'm going through them now, making them all pretty much pretty sensitive. These straps with the night latch, man, I night latched them. I don't think I was old enough to drink beer. That was a long time ago. I think I just bought my house when I did that. Oh, that one's night latch too, and that's a newer one, I think. Oh no, it's old school. Yeah. Well, we're learning a lot tonight. But yeah, I when I bought my house, I was 19 years old, barely graduated, I even told my parents I was doing it. I bought my house and I closed and everything on my own and started moving stuff. I'm like, where are you going? I'm like, I bought a house. So, hey Ken, how we doing? There you go, Arkansas shared them. Bearded, I need a new pan. I don't like this anymore. I don't like the night latches anymore. I don't. I want that pan creep. All right, take care, Quentin. All right, Pest Hunter, I'll take a look at that. I love that creep. I don't know why. Like, I'll set it. Actually, I'm gonna push that out a little bit. All right, I'll set it about there. That's where I like it. This is everyone's preference, but then just that little creep, and I love it. Yeah, I won't be there, Mike, unfortunately. I've got the Iowa convention coming up next weekend, and then the Nebraska convention September 27th and 8th. And then it is time to focus on trapping. So. I do really like these double jaws, though. They're going to be a great coon trap. Man, we still got 46 in here. See, and there's a whole bunch of these things, too. Like, even got shock springs on the Duke 1.5s. I don't care. They'll work for what I need. Maybe. How many spots that I found? Oh, I haven't even really started officially scouting yet. I'll do that as soon as I'm done with this roof job in September. That's when we're going to get after it. Perfect. This roofing job's going to be a big one. This has a lot going on. Siding, 16 windows, like 40 square roof. It's going to be a big one. Now, I see what you're saying, Ruger. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I have some of these that are already set up like that. It wasn't from me, though. But somebody definitely did it. I haven't had a little bit of creep yet, but we're going to reset it just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I can push that dog back and make that one fire the way I like to. So we push that dog back. And we set it where we want to, about right there. It's got slightly high. Perfect. Yeah, I could see that, Ruger. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Hand's been pretty sore these last few days going through. I found out I have 360 footholds, 1.5s ish. I mean, there's some 165s in here too, but a lot more footholds than I thought. But if this whole thing goes the way I want to, we might not need a few more. Oh, I can see that, Bearded. Yeah, absolutely. I seen Bearded, you have official business cards out now. That's pretty cool, buddy. Yeah, Brad, I've almost filled a watermelon bin with dog proofs. I didn't quite get there. I thought I would. Uh, 1.5s. Well, I shouldn't say this. Yeah, here's another one. There's another one. It's got that night latching I did years ago. You can kind of see that one. But it's just, I don't like that. I've changed over time. Uh, I actually have less 220s than I do footholds now, which is kind of shocking. Barely, but I definitely have less 220s. I like hair triggers, or I did, I should say, PA. But now I want it zero pan tension, but I want creep to it. So they don't just barely touch it with their foot and it goes off. I want them to commit to it, if that makes sense. I think, I don't know, and this is my opinion, strictly my opinion. Actually, this one might be a good example. So this might be what you call a hair trigger, obviously. This was one of the night latch ones. But for what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I worry about even simply waves snapping these off. So that's why I want that zero pan tension. But I don't mind if it has a 1/4 of an inch of creep on the end of it, if that makes sense. Because it's light, it's going to go off. But being able to go from, like I said, just touching something to putting weight on it, and you're transitioning that pan as it's going down. They're putting more weight on top of it to where they're getting a deeper catch, in my opinion. 100% my opinion, but that's just what I see. Oh yeah, Ruger, I will never set a 1.5 on dirt. I have no reason to. Me personally, I mean, that's why I have dog proofs. Like, I don't have to mess with that. All right, Arkansas, sounds good, buddy. Thank you. Exactly, PA, and that's why I don't mind that creep, because it has a little bit more room for error, if you will. Is this one? No, this one should be all right. So I'd set it. Actually, let's get that pan and that dog over. If I'd set it about there, and yeah, this is just my opinion, guys. Like I said, I want it higher, but then when the animal comes, it's going from touching the pan. I don't want it to go off. I want them to transitioning to putting weight on it to where they can't reflect as bad, if you will. But I mean, that's pretty much zero. The dye has these held up a little bit. That's almost zero pan tension. I mean, if I were to take my pair of needle nose and just drop them, I mean, it's minimal, very minimal, and that's what I want. I'm not forcing anything down. It works pretty quick, pretty slick. That one is night latched and holding. But see, that's what I worry about though. Without the, see, I like that. I like right there. I didn't even touch it and it went off. All it takes is some ripples of water. I don't like that. That, me personally, I'm not telling anybody what to do. That's just kind of how I view it. I'd much rather have that creep. Oh yeah, next gen's gonna help me with a setting up a water line, bearded, which I looks like I'm actually gonna have water. And like I said, I haven't really been a water trapper in probably 15 years, and that kid has stuff figured out. So he's gonna help me quite a bit, and hopefully I'm gonna pick up 100, 150 coons just off of water. See, to me that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Not everybody's that way, you know. We all have our things, right? See, this is another one, man. We got into a batch of a lot of these old night lash ones that I don't like. Because here it goes. Ready? I'm gonna barely touch this like a wave would, and it goes off. I don't like that. That has to be changed for me. I'm glad I'm learning this though now. You know, like I said, this is why I went through and I set everything, tagged everything, modified, fixed them up, dyed them. Now we're coming back through, snapping every single one of these off, because I would be furious if my collection of like 25 traps right now would be doing this on opening day when I'm trying to set. That would be very frustrating. See ya, PA. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hunting and stuff, dog proofs and 220s. If I had to guess, I am 75% dog proofs and probably 23% 220s, and then 2% is water or related to that. A couple years ago, about 0.5% was truck. Man, I love seeing a nice pile of dyed traps. Makes a guy feel good. It's hot in here though. I got a fan blowing behind me. You guys probably can't see it, but whew, she's warm in here. Even with that fan. It's been terrible. Yeah, I think we're going to bail out of here too, guys. I think the wife's probably in bed by now, and I'm in the doghouse tonight. That's why I was able to work on traps. Almost kind of nice being in the doghouse when I'm not supposed to be inside. I can get stuff done. That's probably not a good thing. Bearded, I haven't broke all of them. I got 3 probably that still work. Problem is, they do not make pogo drivers anymore, so I'm going to be scrambling. I'm going to have to probably create my own, so we'll figure it out though. Oh yeah, Brad, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot everywhere right now. It's that season. You're going to start seeing a lot of roadkill here. As the days get shorter, temperatures start cooling off, things are moving more. It's going to get pretty crazy. I mean, we are like 65 days away from season pretty much. So that's just crazy to me. It's be here before you know it. A lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. As well as trying to get that roof done, which the money from that roof is going to get me through trapping season. So I have to make that priority, but man, we got a long ways to go. So no chance, Otter. No chance. Blakely, as far as well, not the heavy duty drivers like I do. Pogo's not making them anymore. So at least he didn't at NTA. He didn't have any made, and didn't sound like he was gonna make them. So I don't know, but anyway, we're out of here. Got about, I don't know, another 5, 6 dozen of these to mess with tomorrow. Then 1.5s will be done, ready to roll, and now we've got, I don't know, 700 dog proofs and 300 220s to mess with, and about 1,000 pogos to make, probably 100 snares to make, and then scouting and a roof job, and we wouldn't have all that done for October. So yeah, sounds easy, right? Shouldn't be a problem. So All right, guys, you take care. Always appreciate you stopping in. Always fun. You guys are great, and I love talking trapping, and you guys are kind of my outlet for that right now. So y'all take care.